Torah tells us about Pesach Sheni. What's Pesach Sheni? A second Pesach? Where do we have by other Yomim Tovim? Where do you have an opportunity by other mitzvahs to make it up, to have it a second time? How did that develop? So the Torah tells us that there were people shayu tmeim lenefesh adam, v'lo yachlu lasos haPesach bayom hahu. They couldn't bring the korban Pesach on the day that one was supposed to, on Pesach Rishon. And they went vayikrevu lifnei Moshe v'Aaron. They went in front of Moshe and Aaron, and they said, "Anachnu tmeim lenefesh adam. We're tamei. We're ritually impure. We can't bring the korban Pesach." Lama nigara. Why should we lose out? Levilti hakrivas korban Hashem b'moado b'sof b'nei Yisrael, to bring the korban of Hashem. And the Mefarshim are bothered. What was the question? Lama nigara. Why should they lose out? They already answered. Why should they lose out? They lost out because they were ritually impure. Because there are specific halachos. There are specific guidelines as to who can bring and who cannot bring. What did they want? What did they want? What are they trying to explain with Lama Nigara? The Mefarshim try to give a variety of explanations. Some suggest, well, we were involved, as the Chazal tell us that they were involved. The reason they were tamei was from the Atzmus Yosef, the bones of Yosef. So if we were doing a mitzvah, if we're doing a mitzvah, then surely we shouldn't lose out. But maybe there's another idea here. Maybe what we see is Lama Nigara. The answer is they knew why they lost out. They knew very well why they lost out, because they were tamei. But they couldn't accept it. They said, but we don't want to lose out. There are times when we're not obligated in a mitzvah. We're like, phew, something else I don't have to worry about. It's not my problem. I'm not obligated. He said, Lama Nigara, why should we lose out? We want to be a part of it. They had a burning desire. And that was ultimately what they came to Moshe Rabbeinu, and that's what Moshe Rabbeinu saw. And he turns to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and says, look at this. Look at this. It's not people who simply do what they're obligated to do, but it's a desire to do mitzvos. And you see that in Moshe Rabbeinu's response. Moshe Rabbeinu says, Vayomer Alihem Moshe, Imdu ve'eshme'ah, ma yitzava Hashem lachem. Let me see what Hashem answers. Why did he think that Hashem was going to give an answer? As Rashi describes, he was muftach, ketalmid muftach lishma birabo. He was confident he was going to get an answer. Why was he so confident that he was going to get an answer? What was unique? They weren't obligated. If you're not obligated, you're not obligated. But Moshe is confident that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was going to respond. And it seems to be that it's the same idea, that Moshe saw that they want to do mitzvahs. How can HaKadosh Baruch Hu reject that desire? I don't know what the response is going to be. I don't know exactly how he's going to devise it. But Lama Nigara, they don't want to miss out on an opportunity to do mitzvah. That's something that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves. That shows in Ava. It shows that I'm not doing something simply because I'm required to. If I do things and I just do what I'm required to do, it doesn't show that I love somebody. If I pay back a loan, I pay back a loan because that's the moral thing to do. When I give somebody a gift, that's more. Not somebody I gave a loan to, that's ribbis. But somebody who I want to show in Ahava to, that I have a love, I go above and beyond. I'm not willing to take no for an answer. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes back and says no, I'll accept it. But I'm not looking to get out of it. And that's the lesson of Lama Nigara. Is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, when you want to do it, Habod L'Taher, you want to infuse spirituality into your life, when that is your desire, I will help you. I'll help you along. It's not always going to be in the exact way that you desire, and sometimes you're going to miss out on opportunities. But when you show that the mitzvahs are what is critical in my life, and when I can't do a mitzvah, it's not, okay. No, I don't want to accept it. In the end, yes, I have to accept whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends my way, but I'm not happy that I'm missing out. I don't want to miss out on bringing that korban. And that's the lesson of Pesach Sheni. There are times when we do have second chances, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to see how we pick up. What happens when it doesn't go right the first time? Do we just give up and say, okay, it is what it is, I'll move on, I'll have another opportunity, I can bring the korban Pesach next year? Or no, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we want to come close to you. And that's the beautiful message of Pesach Sheni. HaKadosh Baruch Hu responds that I'll give you an opportunity. I'll give you a chance. And you know what? I'll give the chance, as the halacha is, even to people who didn't bring the korban Pesach on purpose. Once Pesach Sheni exists, anybody can take advantage. Because when there's a desire to get close, it spreads out to everybody else. It's a different mentality. And that's the mentality that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to have. That mitzvos are an opportunity. Mitzvos are something to take advantage of, to feel that closeness. And hopefully with each and every mitzvah that we do, and with the right attitude, and showing our families and showing those around us that we don't, so the Rav used to say that in America as opposed to Europe, in Europe, people wanted to daven. And in America, people want to have davened. But there's no excitement about the opportunity. Again, obviously there are exceptions not across the world, but it's a different mentality. The mentality that we want to have is the opportunity. Every mitzvah is a chance to get close to Hashem. And whatever opportunities we have, and to try to make for ourselves more opportunities, it changes our outlook, it changes our life. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu, mitzvah goreres mitzvah. When you do a mitzvah, when you have that attitude of a mitzvah, then other mitzvahs will find you. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will hold the hand and say, I want to see what it is that can bring you closer. I want to give you those chances. And that's what we have with every mitzvah that we do. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us to have that desire to do mitzvahs. And every mitzvah should be that chance, that opportunity, and bring us closer each and every day to Hashem.